You pick Sora for a client project, wait 12 minutes, and the clip comes back with echo artifacts on every voice. Veo and Kling were right there the whole time. All three tools are chasing the same job: generate video from a prompt. But the choice you make today determines your speed, your bill, and whether your clips are actually usable. Test 1, output quality. The number that stings here is 0. 0 usable takes when your physics look wrong or every voice has a weird echo on it. You re-render, you lose time, you lose money. Complex scenes, liquid pores, accurate motion, those are the shots that break first, and they're the shots clients notice immediately. I looked at community consensus across all three, and here's what actually happened. Sora gets praise for complex scene physics. Object interactions feel real, but it ships with echo artifacts on voices, which is a real problem. Veo fixed the echo, natural pauses and all, though its liquid physics still render in places the liquid hasn't reached yet. Kling's motion improved, but I couldn't find any audio quality data for it. Sora takes round 1 on raw visual fidelity. Physics and scene complexity are genuinely its edge, even with the audio flaw, and I didn't expect that gap to be this clear against two competitive tools. That puts Sora on the board first, 1-0, with Veo and Kling still at 0. I only caught that audio artifact gap because I've been living inside these tools long enough to feel when something's off. Drop a comment if the echo bug has burned you on a deadline too. Test 2, generation speed. The number that matters here is 10 to 12 minutes. That's how long Sora takes to produce a single 20-second clip. And if you're iterating on a prompt 5 or 6 times to get it right, you've just burned an hour on one shot. Speed is the thing that makes or breaks an iterative workflow. Watch what happens when you scale these to the same rate. Kling turns out a 5-second clip in 1 to 2 minutes, Veo does an 8-second clip in 2 to 3 minutes, and Sora takes 10 to 12 minutes for 20 seconds. These are different clip lengths, so the per second rate is directional, but Kling is clearly fastest at roughly 0.2 to 0.4 minutes per second of video, with Sora dragging at 0.5 to 0.6. Kling wins generation speed, and the gap is wider than I expected. A 1 to 2 minutes against Sora's 10 to 12 is a workflow difference, not just a speed difference. One of the biggest problems I run into when using AI agents is turning their output into YouTube content I can actually use to market my product. That's why this video is sponsored by Subscriber, a tool that helps business owners connect their AI agents to YouTube and market their products without spending 10 hours every week creating content. You can connect Claude or ChatGPT directly to Subscriber. It then analyzes your business, website, and YouTube channel to help you create SEO-optimized video ideas, scripts, thumbnails, and even complete videos that actually match your brand. What I like most is that every week, Subscriber gives me a list of high-potential video ideas I can immediately execute, and it can even help edit videos for me, with or without my face, including videos like the one you're watching right now. It's easy to get started, and you can try Subscriber for free using the link in the description below. Now back to the video. That ties the scoreboard. Sora 1, Kling 1, Veo still at 0. Test 3, pricing and credits. The number to anchor on is $249.99. That's Veo's top-tier monthly price. And you're committing to that before you know exactly how many minutes of video you're actually getting, because none of these three tools publish a clear per-minute cost. You're basically buying credits in a system where the exchange rate is deliberately blurry. Here's what the pricing cards actually show. Kling is the only one with a free tier, and its paid entry is $10 a month for 660 credits. Sora starts at $20 for 50 videos, Veo at $19.99 for 1,000 credits. At the top tier, Veo's $249.99 plan nets you 5,000 credits, which works out to more credits per dollar than Sora's $200 for $500 videos, though the credit systems aren't directly comparable. Kling takes pricing. A free tier plus a $10 entry point is a risk profile neither rival can match. And I didn't expect the gap to be this clean given how competitive the top-tier credit math gets. Kling now leads the scoreboard 2-1, with Veo still looking for its first win. So Kling is ahead on speed and price, and Sora still holds the quality round, but style control and platform limits are still on the table. And those two tests are exactly where the safer long-term pick could shift. If character consistency or 4K output matters to your workflow, the next two rounds are the ones that decide it. Test 4, style control and consistency. The failure mode here is a character who looks like a different face in every scene. Same prompt, same project, completely different person. That's a reshooting problem, and it happens constantly when the tool doesn't hold character references across clips. Multimodal input and audio sync add another layer on top of that. Vaio supports text, image, and synchronized audio generation all in one. That's a genuine differentiator, and community reports put its character consistency above both rivals. Sora has a storyboard tool that's useful for planning, but consistency breaks down across scenes. Kling handles style transfer and uses reference images for multi-shot consistency, which is competitive, but not quite the same as Vaio's native character hold. Vaio gets its first win here. Multimodal control plus character consistency is a combination neither Sora nor Kling can match right now, and I honestly expected Kling's reference image system to close that gap more than it did. The scoreboard is Kling 2, Sora 1, Vaio 1. Test 5, platform availability and limits. The number that should get your attention is 8 seconds. That's Vaio's hard cap on clip length, and if your shot needs more than that, you're stitching clips together in post. Add to that the question of whether the tool you're building on will even exist in 6 months, and platform limits stop being a footnote. Here's how the limits actually stack up. Kling is the only one hitting 4K output, while Sora and Vaio both cap at 1080p. Sora's clips run longest at 20 seconds, but the service is actively sunsetting, which changes the risk math completely. Vaio's 8-second cap is the most restrictive of the three, and its pricing transparency is still unclear. Kling has an active free tier and the most stable service status of the group. Kling wins platform limits, 4K output, and the most stable service status is the safer pick when Sora is sunsetting and Vaio's pricing is still murky, and that's the risk lens that matters most here. Final scoreboard, Kling 3, Sora 1, Vaio 1. Sora is the pick for complex scene physics. Community reports consistently put it above both rivals on realistic object interactions, and its 20-second clip length is double what Vaio allows. If you're doing cinematic shots with intricate motion and you need the longest uninterrupted clip, Sora's storyboard editor and physics handling are genuinely its own. Vaio is the pick when audio and character consistency are non-negotiable. The echo artifacts that hurt Sora are gone in Vaio. Pauses feel natural. Voices sound right. And if you're running a multi-scene project where the same character needs to look the same clip to clip, Vaio's consistency hold and synchronized audio generation are the strongest combination available right now. Kling wins on everything practical for most creators. It's the fastest at 1 to 2 minutes for a 5-second clip, it's the only tool hitting 4K output, and it's the only one you can start using for free. The $10 paid tier is the lowest entry point in the group, and the service is actively maintained with no sunset concerns. If raw physics quality is your only metric and you can absorb the sunset risk, go Sora. If audio sync and character consistency drive your projects, go Vaio. For everyone else, Kling is the default, fastest, cheapest to start, and the only one doing 4K. The safer pick is Kling because betting on a sunsetting tool at $200 a month means a workflow you have to rebuild from scratch. One thing that doesn't show up on any of the pricing pages, none of these three tools publish a per minute generation cost, so when you hit Vaio's 1,000 credit plan at $19.99 and wonder how many actual minutes of footage that buys you, I couldn't find a conversion rate anywhere, and that opaque credit to minute gap is the top pain point users report across all three platforms. Now, if Kling came out ahead here and you're curious how it holds up in a straight one-on-one, I ran that exact matchup. Check out Luma versus Kling, which is better, and you'll see whether Kling's speed advantage actually holds when it's up against a tool built specifically to challenge it on quality.